Good afternoon, good evening for those of you who are East Coast, because it's 6:30 your time. Listen, been in Commissioner's Court all day doing some social justice pushback in Tarrant County, but glad to see each of you who are here. Please continue to say hello. I'm glad that you are here. Hey, Sunshine, I hope that you are well and feeling well. Hey, Britt. All right, listen, tonight to this evening, we want to talk about hope being resistance. We're going to be on this for a minute because we're living in a kind of always a crazy time, but a crazier time than normal, where nothing quite makes sense. And so, in order to not get sucked under by the negativity, to get derailed by all of the darkness, we've got to do some intentional lighting up. Hi, Miss Benson. We've got to do some intentional lighting stuff up. We got to light it up with that which is within us that is stronger than the forces of evil outside of us. You know, the Bible says that though our outward man perishes, that inward we're being renewed every day. And so we've got to be renewed in ways that are intentional. One of those ways is for us to hope against hope. The Bible says hope that's seen is not hope at all. So it's not like we got to look for hope we can hold on to or that is tangible. Hope is something that we have to determine is more important than what we see. There's a difference between reality and truth. Reality is what we see. Truth is what we know. And no matter how hard things get, our truth must be steeped in those things that line up with our faith. And if it lines up with our faith, there's never a time when there is not hope. So tonight, this evening, we want to talk a few minutes about how hope is resistance. Our life circumstances, things that we are dealing with all around us, the political landscape, the cultural landscape, how things, we never know from day to day, moment to moment, how ludicrous things are going to be. We hear gloom and doom at every turn. Yet, we have to walk in a place that says, I still hope. Because you can't live more than 4 minutes on the planet without hope. Without hope, we'll take ourselves out. And so, since that's not an option for thrivers, never that, we must intentionally harness that hope and see hope not as something that's esoteric or something that's over there, or something that's not part of our reality, but that it is intentionally being used to push back against the forces of evil, the forces of darkness, the forces of struggle, the forces that tell us that what we want, what we care about really doesn't matter. We live in a world where anyone who doesn't look a particular way is disposable. Our history is trying to be erased. We as a people are trying to be erased. And I'm not just talking about black folks. I'm talking about black folks and brown folks and Asian folk. Anybody who doesn't fit the status quo of what that group of people thinks is most important, and that's themselves. I came to tell you that our hope in God, our hope in ourselves, our hope in that God is able to turn things around, our hope in our ability to stand our ground, and that when we've done all to stand, that we keep standing. Our hope in that is resistance. It's the pushback against the forces of evil and darkness that want to overtake us. I don't want you to think for 1 minute that I'm trying to say that we have to act as if hope is some kind of opiate, that we are sometimes it's our drug to handle the things in life. Nope. We are going to look at the reality of what things are, but we're going to hold on to the truth of who God is. And when we do that, hope reigns. Hope cuts through. Hope is light even in that dark. I don't care if your hope is a night light. And I tell you that all the time. I don't care if it's a night light worth of hope. It's brighter than the darkness that the world wants us to accept and ingest. When we ingest what the world throws at us, Not only do we deny God in it, but we take ourselves to a place where we are unable to fight through, to push through, to not let circumstances and situations make us resign. We don't have the luxury of resigning. We don't have the luxury of saying what I'm doing and who I am doesn't matter. We don't have any of that luxury. We better hold on. My granddad used to say it like that, hold on to your hope. I like that, Brother Blackman, because granddaddy said it just like that. Hold on to your hope. Because when we hold on to hope, we're holding on to the very essence of God. God is our hope. We can't sing God is our all in all and it not be our hope. God is our hope. So when we hold on, when we decide that hope is greater than our circumstances, when we don't let what we see stop us from doing and being who we are, then we will be able to use hope as a place of resistance. I'm pushing back against your foolishness. I'm pushing back against how you want to take me down that Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole into your cesspool of foolishness. I'm not going. I'm going to hope anyway. And if I'm hoping, then now I'm going to be contagious with my hope. If I'm hoping today, then I'm going to say a word to you that gives you hope. And you're going to say a word to somebody else that gives them hope. And when we finish, it's not just a moment, but a movement of hope. And then we're resisting against all of the cultural things that want to stop us from being the best we can be, because it feeds their purpose. It feeds their purpose. That's right, Reverend Dennis. I'm going to hope anyway. That's right, Reverend Battle. I'm going to hope it forward. All of those things are necessary for us to be resistant to the cultural struggles and troubles and things that want to overtake us and to engulf us in the foolishness of the cares of this world. Bible says it really clearly. Here's my last word to you today. And this is what Isaiah 40 says, that they that hope in the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings as eagles. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and not faint. We get to walk this thing out. We get to run the race with patience. We that hope in the Lord get our strength renewed day by day. Mercies are new every morning, but so is strength, because of our hope, which is resistance against that which would take us down and take us out. We will stand. We will be strong. We will persevere. We will keep moving. We will keep our eye on the prize that is in us because of what God has placed inside of us. That light that is in us is our hope, and we push back against the darkness, and the darkness will not comprehend us. I want you to know today that when life starts coming at you like a flood, that part of the standard that God raises up against it is our hope. Hope is resistance. Share this with somebody. Share it with yourself. Replay it on those days when it feels like hope is waning, when you're not quite sure how to handle this thing or how long you're going to be able to take it. Remember that hope is the pushback. Hope is resistance. We're going to talk about all the things that are resistance to the things that go on in our world during July. We're going to have some Christmas in July. Those same Advent things are our things to deal with right in this time. We're going to have some Christmas, some Advent in July, and remember that hope is resistance. That's right, Angel Howard. My hope is built on nothing less. So, your hope must be your resistance. Hold on to it. Don't you dare let it go. And be encouraged. I will see you soon. Thank you all for being here. I love my friends. Thank you for your being here. Angel, I know when you share, a whole bunch of folks are going to see it. And I'm grateful for you and grateful for what and who you are. Listen, hope is resistance. Be encouraged. Stay on your path. See you soon.